Hello. Hello, everybody. So here I am live today. As I promised, every Thursday I'll be here live with you around 3 p.m. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do so you can get the notification that I am live. I'll be talking about different topics. One of these topics is going to be taxes. I'll be talking a lot about taxes, sometimes about the updates on taxes, some strategies that you're going to have to do in order to save in taxes. Like my mission is really to make sure that you do not overpay in taxes anymore. Because guess what? Most people overpay in taxes, and I don't want that to you. I don't want you to overpay in taxes. I want you to keep your money with you and pay only your fair share, truly your fair share, not something that you can avoid. So, this is like my biggest mission since I started talking about this. Like, I got very passionate about saving me money. This is why I started doing a lot of tax analysis for a lot of you. And if you have not take advantage of that, make sure you connect with me. And I would love to talk to you about tax planning and tax projection to see how much you are going to owe next year, how much we can save you. So make sure you take advantage of that and connect with me. Now, while I was preparing for this live, technically, like we have this thumbnail and everything, like my team put this together. Since we started talking about it and let you all know about like the topic for today, we get a lot of messages from you guys asking, Noura, what tax deadlines? We are in the summer, it's July. Okay, isn't taxes in April? Yes, it is. And if you already filed your taxes, your business taxes, your individual taxes in June and back on April and March, no worries. You don't have to worry about the deadlines I'm going to talk about today. What I'm going to be talking about is for those people who did an extension earlier this year. So if you haven't filed your taxes earlier this year, maybe you had an extension and because you were not ready, maybe because you had to do your bookkeeping, your books are a mess, or maybe you are waiting for something, or maybe you intentionally did not file because you want to take some tax advantage that will have you like not file on time. But I want to tell you, no further extensions. You cannot file any more extensions because a lot of people ask me all the time, hey, we're still not ready. Can we file another extension? No, you cannot. That's the simple answer. You cannot file any other extension. One extension only that you have to file, you can file. So if you have an S corp, if you are in a partnership, if you and you have not filed your tax returns for your business back on March 15, then your taxes due on September 15. So September 15 is the first deadline we are talking about. September 15. That is for your partnership or S corp return. Also for LLC, if you have a partner in your LLC. So if you do not have a partner in your LLC, that goes with your personal return. Now, this is if you filed an extension. If you did not file and did not file an extension, well, let me break the news for you. It's a bad news. You're going to get penalized. Yes. If you did not file your tax returns for your S corp or partnership by March 15 and you did not file an extension, you will be penalized. I know it's a bad news, but expect a penalty. So, but if you filed an extension, then your deadline is September 15. You shouldn't be a day late on this because If you did not file by September 15, you will start getting penalties. And how much is the penalty? The questions I'm asked always. It's 220 per partner per month. So if you are 100% shareholder or partner, well, if you're if you don't have a partner, it's not a partnership. But if for your S corp you are 100% and a shareholder, then it's going to be 220 per month for you as a penalty. So 2 months is going to be 440, and so on. Now, if you have a partner, so if you are two partners in your partnership or two partners in your S corp, then every month is going late filing. That's going to cost you 440, 220 per month per partner. So 440 plus 440, that's 880, and so on each month. So make sure you do not get there, you don't get those penalties. Now, is there a way to avoid these penalties? If you haven't done it before and you were not late before, maybe if it's your first year, there might be a way to waive that penalty when you file, but you cannot just go ask to waive a penalty before they penalize you. So you have to file, and then you have to wait for the letter that is coming for sure. And then once you receive that letter, we simply go ahead and call the IRS and ask them for waiver for that penalty. It's not guaranteed, but we can try. You have a good chance of winning if you haven't done this before. Now, this is the first deadline. And one thing I want to make sure you guys you know is business returns is so different from personal return. In personal returns, you do not have to file, you do not have filing requirement unless you make more than the standard deduction. So for 2025, the standard deduction will be $15,000. So in this year, if you did not make $15,000, you do not have to file your federal return. You don't have a requirement. You are recommended to do so. I recommend that you file because most likely you're going to get a refund. It depends, especially if you are on a W-2, you're going to get a refund. Now, and if you're eligible also for some credits, you're going to get the credits. But if you never filed your return, you are not going to get that credit. So another thing, you want to pay attention to your state. So for example, I'm in Illinois. So if in Illinois, the standard deduction for the state is different than the standard deduction for federal. It's very low, very, very low. How much do you think? It's less than 3,000. So if you live in Illinois and you'd make less than federal standard deduction, yet more than the state the state's standard deduction, which is less than 3,000, you still have to file for the state, and you cannot file for the state without filing for federal. So you have to file your taxes. So almost everyone in Illinois has to file their tax return unless they're jobless. They didn't make any money, or less than the 3,000. Not 3,000. It wasn't. Let me look it up really quick so I can give you the exact number for Illinois. But you want to look for your state. Standard deduction in Illinois for 2025. Let's see how much. I want to give you the exact number. For the states. Standard tax for Illinois. Yeah, it's 2,850 for 2025. The standard deduction for Illinois is 2,850. So if you make any money more than 2,850 when you live in Illinois, you have to file your taxes. So 15,000 is not the number that you should ring the bell for you to say, hey, you have to file your taxes. Now, I thought this is important because most people don't talk about it and they don't know it. So I wanted to cover this. Now, on the business side, is totally different. Regardless of income, regardless of activity, you must file your business return every single year, regardless if you made money or not, if you made an expense or not, if you were active or not, you must file your business tax return every single year. Most of, unless you are a C corporation, most of the other registration or the structure, they are pass through entity. That means all the income and expenses you make through your business are passed through to your personal return. So you're not paying taxes on the entity level, on the business level. It's gonna, so, but you have to file it. Most of the time, it helps your personal return, especially if you're not making money and making expenses. It's going to lower your tax liability for sure. I know most people feel like, oh, I'm getting $1, I'm being taxed on that dollar. No, you're not. There's so many other criteria to decide what your tax liability is going to be. So it's not on every dollar. If you think about it, the standard deduction, that means you can make $15,000 without paying taxes on them. So what standard deductions means. Now, and there's a lot of other way and a lot of other deductions and credits that you can benefit from. So don't be afraid from filing taxes. I don't recommend that you do it on your own because you won't know how to really answer the questions. Even if you're using all those softwares that ask you questions, you're going to lose a lot of potential of getting um, not getting overpaid in taxes. Now, this is the first deadline again. It's September 15 for S Corp and partnership. Now, the second deadline is for your personal return and for your LLCs and when I say LLC is only single member LLCs, which is included in your personal return, and then for your C corporation. So October 15 is the deadline for your C corporation, for your LLC, single member LLC, and for your personal returns. If you have not filed back on April 15. April 15 was the deadline. If you have made an extension, then you should file by October 15. If you have not filed an extension and you have a filing requirement, you must file as soon as possible. So in case you owe, unless you owe taxes, unless you don't owe taxes, that's what I meant to say. Unless you don't owe taxes, then you are fine, but you want to file because you don't want the IRS to assume your tax liability. So make sure you file on time. Now, if you owe taxes and you did not pay the taxes you owed back by April 15, you better pay those taxes now. I hear you saying, I don't know how much I owe. Well, this is why you have to work with a tax advisor all year long. This is why you must know how much you're making. That means that you're doing bookkeeping, professional bookkeeping. So if you're not having that, then it's time to have that. It's time to hire a professional. And if you cannot find an accountant, here I am. Along with my team, we work with a lot of professionals, business owners, individuals, nonprofits. We help people with taxes. We help them with bookkeeping. So you can simply reach out to us. And I'm going to put I want to put the link here so you guys can see it. Simply, you can go to nourasbooks.com/contact, book a call with me, or simply you can call us. You can call Noura's Books now. We can help you over the phone, help you like book a call if it's if it's easier for you, we can simply help you book a call. So our phone number is 312 741 1978. 312 741 1978. That's our phone number. If for some reason we were on another phone call or something, so you got our voicemail, not one of us, then just leave a message or send a text to that number, and we will be happy to connect with you. Or simply just go ahead and book a call through this link. We can help you get organized, make sure you have good books, good financial statements, profit and loss, balance sheets, cash flow statements, all of that. We can help you get organized and have everything on order. We can help you file your taxes. For your business, personal, nonprofit. We can help you also with the tax planning or tax liability projection. So simply reach out and we will be happy to give you all the details based on your situation. Now, the third deadline you need to be aware of is, guess what? And as I'm ending, you feel free to put the questions for me. I'll be happy to answer your questions. If you are watching this in the replay, #replay, and let me know that you were here. And if you have any question, please feel free to put the question, even if you're watching this in the replay. And I'll be happy to make another video. I'm going live every week. I'll be live at 3 p.m. Central. So I can answer your questions. That will help us also choose a topic to talk to you about, to make sure you are in compliance and never overpaying taxes. The third deadline is November 15. November 15 is the deadline for nonprofits. And that is if you made an extension back in May 15, or if your nonprofit deadline or if you're a nonprofit on a fiscal year, meaning your year ending on June 30. Well, your fiscal year may be different, but if your fiscal year ending in June 30, then the deadline is going to be November 15. Also, for those of you who are in a calendar year and you made an extension earlier this year, then your deadline is going to be November 15. Simple deadlines. See which category you are in and know your deadline. If you need help, reach out. I'll be happy to help you along with my team. We are here to help. We want to make sure you are in compliance, don't have to pay penalties, never overpay in taxes, stay organized with your financial statements. So whenever any opportunities come across, you can benefit from that opportunity because you're ready. So reach out. Be here every Tuesday. Well, is it Tuesday? Every Thursday. Every Thursday at 3 p.m. Central. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know you were here. Put your questions under. Share this video with people who might need help with the deadline and staying organized with taxes and everything. Share this video with them, and I'll see you later. Bye.